Welcome back. I am Pratap here. Today is the 7th November 2024. In this video, I am going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, let us generate the I am going to generate the reports for stock finding the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames, starting with half-yearly time frame. And in this process, I will also identify daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Okay, first let me start with half-yearly time frame, finding the stocks near half-yearly demand zone. One stock is filtered. I am giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. You need to pause the video, study the report. After that, you can proceed further. In case if you does not understand how to study the report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. There I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, next for half-yearly time frame, let's find the stocks near half-yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered. Next time frame is quarterly. Let's find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next, for quarterly time frame, let's find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Let's find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame, let's find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside monthly demand zone. We don't want pierced demand zones. So in the pierced column, at monthly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0 and maximum value 0. Let's filter. 18 stocks are filtered. Currently price closed inside these monthly zones. In these demand zones, how many are having EMA Confluence, monthly EMA Confluence? So in the monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA Confluence filter is enabled. Now these 11 stocks are having monthly EMA Confluence. And ignore the EMA Confluence for the stocks having trend sideways. Always you need to look into LTF time frame for finding the trend of the monthly time frame. Whichever the time frame you select, that time frame is LTF. Okay, next monthly time frame. Let's find the stocks where price closed inside monthly supply zone. Inside monthly supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. And let me eliminate the pierced zones in the supply zones. Monthly supply zone, pierced count. The minimum value should be 0, maximum value should be 0. 4 stocks are filtered. In these 4, how many are having monthly EMA Confluence? Let's verify. Monthly time frame, monthly supply zone with monthly EMA Confluence. Only 1 stock is filtered. But the trend is sideways, so EMA Confluence does not give any advantage. Okay, next time frame is weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Next weekly time frame, let's find the stocks near to the weekly supply zone. 11 stocks are filtered. Next weekly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside weekly demand zone, and also those demand zones should not be, weekly demand zone should not be pierced. So weekly time frame I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, pierced count. Let's filter, and we got more than 16. These are all the first 16 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 20 zones are filtered. Out of these 2, how many are having EMA Confluence? So in the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA filter is enabled. 13 stocks are filtered. So in this any sideways related zones, so ignore them. Okay, next for weekly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside weekly supply zone. And these supply zones should not be pierced, weekly supply zones. So weekly time frame setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, so that zone is not pierced. So these are the first 15 stocks. These are the currently price closed in the weekly supply zones. I'm scrolling the list down. So total 27 stocks are filtered. In all these supply zones, current price is closed. Now let us check how many of these weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA Confluence. So in the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone with weekly EMA Confluence. So now the list is reduced. These are the first 15 stocks having weekly supply zones having weekly EMA Confluence. So total 17 are there. Let me eliminate these. Sideways are not required. So what I do in the trend, zone violation trend, weekly time frame, I don't want sideways trend. That means I need to set up or down trend stocks. Downtrend stocks, you can plan bearish trade setups. Uptrend stocks, counter trend trade setup related stocks we can plan, trade setups. These are the 9 stocks. Remaining in the earlier list are having a sideways trends. So zone violation weekly trend is either uptrend or downtrend. Okay, this is about weekly time frame. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let's identify any high liquidity zones from this list. This is NIFTY Private Bank, not listed in F&O. So SBI Life is having a high liquidity zone, and Ultra Cement is also having high liquidity zone. That means we have 2 valid high liquidity zones from the daily time frame. These are the demand zones, daily demand zones. Okay, next for daily time frame, let us find the stocks where stocks are near to the daily supply zones. 4 stocks are filtered. Let us identify any high liquidity supply zones from this list. Indian Hotels is filtered. This is 1 stock. And another one is SB, State Bank. State Bank of India is a 2nd stock. So these 2 are the daily high liquidity supply zones. Okay, next for daily time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside the daily demand zone, and these daily demand zones should not be pierced. So in the daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So that zone is not pierced. We got good number of stocks are filtered. These are the first 15 daily demand zones. I am scrolling the list down. So total 18 stocks are filtered. Currently price closed inside these 18 daily demand zones. Out of these 18, how many are having EMA Confluence? So in the EMA Confluence at daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence I am filtering. And the trend, zone violation trend on daily time frame should not be sideways. So total 5 stocks are filtered. Next, for daily time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside daily supply zones. Time being, I am not setting any of these filters. Only pierced zones we are eliminating. So these are the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 22 stocks are filtered. Currently price closed inside the supply zones. These 22 supply zones price is closed. If these supply zones are having a EMA Confluence, you can plan your trade setups, high probability setups. So in the EMA Confluence at a daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence, and the trend on daily time frame should not be sideways. Could be up or down, but not sideways, because EMA does not make sense in sideways trend. So 8 stocks are filtered. These 8 supply zones are having daily EMA Confluence. If it is a downtrend, you can plan for bearish trade setups. Uptrend, you can plan for counter trend trade setups. So this is about the daily time frame, and the next time frame is 125 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. Nine stocks are filtered. Next, for 125 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. So let's find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 15 stocks are filtered. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 25 minutes, so let's find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next 25 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. Again 5 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Let's verify any of these 4 stocks are having ITF confluence, demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Let's filter. We got 1 stock. In this stock, the 15 minutes demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. This is the 15 minutes high liquidity demand zone. Okay, next for 15 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near to the 15 minute supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Let's verify any of these 2 stocks are having ITF confluence. ITF supply zone confluence, that is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. 1 stock is filtered, but that is a pierced zone, so no use. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. So let's verify any of these stocks are having ITF demand zone confluence, that is 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. Enable the filter. We got 3 stocks. In the 2 demand zones are already pierced, no use with them. Next, for 5 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near to the 5 minute supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. So let's verify any of these supply zones are having ITF supply zone confluence. That is 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. I am enabling that filter. Only 1 stock is filtered. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones, and also we identified daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. So the next set of reports are NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Let's start with NIFTY, starting from monthly time frame. generating NIFTY supply demand zone chain for monthly time frame. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column if to check any of the zones are pierced. Always look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. And also don't forget to pause the video when you are moving from one report to another report, because I am giving very few seconds time. Okay, next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. And demand zones are very few. I am scrolling the list down so that you can get access remaining nearest demand zones. Okay, this is about NIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next I will generate supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. That is nothing but NIFTY Bank. Let's start with monthly time frame. Generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So this is about BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next we will generate bullish and bearish trade setups for different income trades, starting with monthly income trade. Bullish trade setup, entry time frame is daily, entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at a daily time frame, I am selecting bullish, and this daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily demand zone. We got 11 stocks. These are bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. In this list there could be high probability setup stocks might be available. Let's filter them. First filter is based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is daily and weekly demand zone confluence. I am enabling that filter. With this filter, out of 11 we got 5 stocks. These 5 stocks, the daily demand zones are part of the weekly demand zone. And weekly trend is up. If any of these weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. So in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence filter is enabled. Now from the 5 stocks, we got 3 stocks are filtered. These are even more high probability setup daily demand zones. Okay, next let us filter based on LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I have to remove this EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we should set. One is already enabled, that is the daily with the weekly. Next, daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. Weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we get LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. One stock is filtered. So this HDFC Bank is part of the weekly demand zone, both together, daily and weekly together, again part of the monthly demand zone. So the one you are seeing is the daily demand zone, but part of the monthly. If this zone is having monthly EMA confluence, monthly demand zone having monthly EMA, it is even more high probability. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. Yes, it is also having monthly EMA confluence. It is a even more high probability setup supported stock. So this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame is daily, entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame, I am selecting bearish. This daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, the minimum value should be 0, maximum value should be 0, and zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12, and all the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. And 3 stocks are filtered. These 3 are currently supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. If there are any high probability supported stocks from this list, let's identify. First, based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is daily and weekly supply zone confluence. Filter is enabled. Let's verify. And 2 stocks are filtered. Currently, these 2 are having LTF, ITF supply zone confluence. That means the daily supply zone is part of the weekly supply zone. Weekly trend is down. If any of these stocks are having weekly EMA confluence, that is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, at a weekly time frame, weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence, we got 1 stock. So this is even more high probability setup supported. This is the daily supply zone, but part of the weekly supply zone, and also the weekly supply zone is having EMA confluence. Next setup is LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So we have to remove EMA filter. I removed it. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we should set. In that already 1 is enabled. That is a daily with weekly. Next, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. And also weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we get LTF, ITF, HTF. We don't have any stocks. Okay, next one is about bullish trade setup weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone is a demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bullish. And this 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value is 0. Maximum value is 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. So 13 stocks are filtered. In all these 13 stocks currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes demand zones. And in these 13 75 minutes demand zones, there could be high probability stocks. Let's find them. First filter is based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 75 minutes with daily demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. With this filter, All the 11 stocks are filtered. That means in all these 11 stocks, 75 minutes demand zones are part of the daily demand zone. So within these 11, if any of these 75 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. With this we got only one stock. So this stock is even more high probability setup stock. And also it is a high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone. Okay, next let's filter based on LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. Earlier we got 11. Out of the 11, how many are having LTF, ITF, HTF? Demand zone confluence. We need to set 3 filters. In that one first filter is already enabled, that is 75 with the daily. Next 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. All the 3 filters are enabled. With this LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, we got 4 stocks. All these are all high probability setup supported stocks. In these 4, any of the stocks are having EMA confluence with uptrend, that is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence. I think earlier I made a mistake. Earlier we have set LTF, ITF and 75 minutes I verified with EMA. Actually daily with EMA I have to verify. So I think some mistake I made earlier. This is a daily time frame. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to remove these filters. Only one filter I will enable. 75 with weekly, I removed it. Daily with weekly, I removed it. Only 75 with daily demand zone confluence I enabled. Earlier we got how many? We got all the 11. In all these 11, 75 minutes demand zone is part of the daily demand zone. So in the EMA confluence, I need to look into the daily time frame. Earlier I looked into the 75. That is the mistake. So daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. We got 5 stocks. These 5 are even more high probability set up daily demand zones because all these daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence. Earlier the mistake I made is in the 75 minutes I checked, not 75, daily. Because 75 is part of the daily zone. That's why daily EMA confluence. Okay, fine. Now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. So I'm removing this EMA filter. So 2 more filters we need to set is 75 demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence, daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. That means all zones are part of the weekly zone. So 4 stocks. In these 4 stocks, 75 minutes demand zone is part of the daily demand zone. Both together again part of the weekly demand zone. And in these 4 weekly demand zones, weekly EMA confluence. But trend should be uptrend. Let's verify in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence. I enabled the filter. With this filter, we got 3 stocks. So these 3 are even more high probability setup because HTF trend is also uptrend in all the 3 stocks. And all these weekly zones, HTF means weekly. And all these weekly zones are also having weekly EMA confluence and daily zone and along with 75 minute zone along with daily zone is part of the weekly zone. So these are the high probability setups for weekly income trade. So next bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes, entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0 and maximum value 0. And zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score 12 with all the three filters applied to 75 minute supply zone. Now we got 6 stocks. Currently these 6 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame 75 minute supply zones. In all these 75 minute supply zones, there could be some high probability zones might be available. We need to find them. So first filter is based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 75 minutes with daily supply zone confluence. I am enabling the filter 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With this filter, out of the 7, we got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, 75 minute supply zone is part of the daily supply zone. And daily trend is down, and those daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, and those 75 minute supply zones are even more high probability setup stocks. Let's verify in the EMA confluence at daily time frame, because 75 minutes entry zone is part of the daily zone. So daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. We got all 5 stocks. So in all these 5 stocks, EMA confluence is there, daily EMA confluence. See here in the EMA confluence, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. And also 75 minute supply zone is part of the daily supply zone. So all these 5 stocks are high probability setup stocks. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. I have to remove this EMA filter. So in the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we should set. First one is already enabled, that is 75 with daily. Next, second filter 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. Next, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 3 stocks. And in these 3 stocks, if the second one is having a EMA confluence, that is a weekly supply zone is having EMA confluence, weekly EMA, it is a high probability. First and third we are ignoring because the trend is sideways. So in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone with the weekly EMA confluence with this filter, we got 2 stocks, but both the stocks trend is sideways, so they won't get any extra advantage. Okay, next one is about bullish trade setup, daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes, entry zone is a demand zone, and in bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, bullish trade setup we are selecting, and this 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, 15 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0, that means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. We got 8 stocks. Currently these 8 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes demand zones. And all these 15 minutes demand zones are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. And in these 8 15 minutes demand zones, there could be some high probability setup supported stocks might be available, and we need to find them. So in the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, 15 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. 15 minutes demand zones with daily EMA confluence. Not that. First we need to look for, sorry for my mistake, first we need to look for, without EMA earlier we got, out of these 8, how many are having a ITF confluence we need to identify. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So I am enabling this filter. With this filter, we got 7 stocks. These 7 are high probability setup stocks. In this 7, if they are having any daily EMA 15 minute zones, because 75 minute zones, 15 minute zone is part of the 75 minute zone, 75 is ITF. In this, if any of these 75 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA Confluence, they are even more high probability setup stocks. Let's verify in the EMA Confluence, a daily time frame, that is 75, because 15 minutes zones is part of the 75 minute zone. So these 75 minutes demand zones with daily EMA Confluence filter, we got only one stock. So this demand zone is a high probability setup stock. So next let us verify LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. So the 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence already set. Two more filters, 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence enabled, 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence enabled. With all the three filters, we got three stocks. In these three, LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence. That is 15 minutes is part of 75, both together part of weekly. Both together part of daily. And the daily trend is up only one stock. If this is having EMA confluence, it is even more high probability. Let's verify in the EMA confluence daily time frame, because all 15 minutes and 75 together is part of daily. If daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence, we did not get any stocks. Okay, next bearish trade setup for daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. The 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 0. Zone achievement should be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. With all the three filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. Now we got 14 stocks. In these 14 stocks, there could be some high probability supported stocks might be available. So we need to identify based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. I have to enable that filter. So I am enabling that filter, 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. So with this filter, we got 11 stocks. These 11 are high probability supported stocks. In these 11, if any of these stocks are having the 75 minute zones are having daily 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, because 15 minute zone is part of 75. If the 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence, three stocks are filtered. These three are high probability setup supported stocks. Next, let us identify LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing this EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, three filters we should set. First one is already enabled. Next, 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence, 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With all the three filters, we got three stocks. In all the three, HTF trend is also downtrend. That is, daily trend is downtrend. If any of these stocks are having, supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify in the EMA confluence, daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence, we got all the three stocks. That means these are the very high probability setup supported stocks. And in the final report, let us identify stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. I am scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. I hope this information will be useful to you. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.